The click of my bedroom door latching shut was the sound of a guillotine blade severing two worlds. Outside in the hallway, my father's heavy footsteps retreated to the master bedroom. Out there was the rhythm of the ordinary, the regulated, the male. But inside this room, the air pressure shifted. Last time on Becoming Lacey, under Morgan's masterful hands, I let the boy disappear. Using precise brushstrokes of makeup, she engineered the beautiful, undeniable truth of my existence. When I finally opened my eyes, the reflection staring back wasn't a mistake. She was flawless. She was flesh and blood. She was me. I shed the oversized clothes like a creature, molting its dead skin. I moved to my mahogany dresser. What had once been a lonely pair of stolen briefs was now a curated wardrobe, expanded by Morgan's donations. I pulled out a bralette of pale lavender lace, and then the skirt. Morgan had slipped it into my bag before I left her house. A pleated uniform skirt, navy blue and short, identical in color to the St. Matthew's regulation clothes I was forced to wear, diametrically opposed in spirit. It was the uniform of the girl I should have been. I pulled it up to my waist. The pleats cascaded around my thighs. When I shifted my weight, the fabric swished. It was a truly affirming sound. I set up a small portable vanity mirror on my desk and sat down in the harsh lamplight. This was the test. Morgan's steady hands weren't here to sculpt and blend. This was the solitary practice of the acolyte. My hands trembled as I picked up the concealer wand. Pat, pat, pat. I tapped the product under my eyes, tracing the half circles of exhaustion that defined Kyle's face. With every dab, I deleted a sleepless night. I swirled a dusty rose blush onto my cheeks, breathing life and heat into the pale canvas. I opened my mouth slightly, a reflex I had seen other girls do, and carefully swept mascara through my heavy lashes. Finally, I slicked the strawberry gloss over my lips. The synthetic fruit scent filled the room, triggering an instant memory of Morgan's bedroom and the intoxicating feeling of being hers. I set the tube down. Lacey looked back at me. She was a little rougher around the edges without Morgan's contouring, but she was undeniably present. I stood up, pushing the chair back, and walked to the center of my bedroom. Engage the core, pull the navel to the spine. String from the crown of the head. I began to pace. A slow, measured circle in the shadows, my hips swaying, the pleated skirt brushing against my legs. I clasped my hands behind my back, pulling my shoulders open. I am obedient, I whispered to the quiet room. I am grace. I turned the words into a liturgy, using them to batter down the walls of my school's toxic theology. The echoes of Mr. Grain calling my softness a perversion rang in my ears, but I spoke louder. I am Lacey, I recited. I'm not hard. I don't lead. I am soft. I follow. Catching my ghostly reflection in the dark window pane, the ultimate surrender washed over me. The anxiety of the day, the crushing weight of the mail column, it all dissolved into a warm, narcotic peace. A good girl didn't have to carry the weight of the world. She just had to exist and be pretty. I closed my eyes, rocking on the balls of my bare feet. I am yours, I whispered to the darkness, to Morgan, to the God I hoped was still listening. Make me. Next time on Becoming Lacey, chaos is the enemy of design. The euphoria of my awakening inevitably crashes into the crushing guilt of my relentless religious upbringing. Sitting in Morgan's bed, I beg her to tell me if I am an abomination. But Morgan refuses to let me break. Instead, she tells me I have to take Lacey out of the bedroom. I have to wear the lace and the nail polish hidden beneath my uniform right into the halls of St. Matthew's. What if I'm caught? What if everyone sees? But isn't that what I want? To be seen, to be known as the girl I am. What will I do when my two worlds collide? Find out, only on the next episode.